Alright, what is good, ladies and gentlemen, is the Master Ranker back again with another ranking, and today we are doing an update ranking for the Dr.Stone characters. This is a first for me because I was not sure how to go about this, I've done, I think, one ranking update in the past, which was for when the Super Mario Galaxy movie came out. I did an update ranking for the movie tier list and the character tier list of Illumination, I'm pretty sure. But this is the first time that was like I actually had a decent amount of like content to work with for that video, and so in this ranking there's actually only one new character in Dr. Stone Science Future Part 3, and I was debating on like how I should go about this because like I don't really want to start shifting this. By the way, if you're wondering, I've done like a previous ranking for all the Dr. Stone characters. You can go check out that video where it will give my context on most of the characters. But it's a bit difficult of how to go about this because like I don't really know if I should be switching around characters here because it would be pretty biased towards my thoughts on the characters from Season 4 Part 3 specifically. So I do feel like if a character that I maybe like more now, if there's a character that I like more so now, it's because I'm kind of like biasing my opinion on them a bit more so because I just came off of seeing them more so in Season 4 Part 3, whereas the actual original, when I did the tier list, it was like the character overall in the context of the whole show. So it's like hard to balance because it's like I want to update it for the fact that like certain characters may have been like better in the newest season or like possibly worse, but at the same time I don't want that to like overshadow how they were overall in the series and like earlier seasons and stuff. So, and also besides that, there's only actually one character that there was new in this season, which was Sai, Ryusui's brother. So yeah, this is just gonna, I think we're gonna first just rank Sai, and then maybe I will shift certain characters, but I don't know how I'm really gonna go about this. But I was considering making this a short, but like the way that shorts work with like portrait, I've done one short so far on the channel, which was a review for Steel Ball Run, the first episode, and I think I'm gonna just stick to doing the actual shorts, like the YouTube shorts, the portrait mode. I'm gonna stick to that for just the episode reviews, and when I do a update ranking, I'll just stick with like the landscape framing, even if it'll just be like a much shorter video on the channel. It'll be probably like a few minutes long, maybe like even a few, I don't know, maybe even less than a minute in some cases, but it probably won't ever be less than a few. It'll probably be at least a minute in all cases, but yeah, it's just going to be pretty short most of the time. But yeah, it's just going to be a regular video on the channel that's just going to be Dr. Stone, Dr. Stone Season 4 Part 3 update ranking, and it's just going to be this. So this video, I guess, is a bit longer because it's a bit more explanation on like my thought process for how I'm going about this. But anyway, let's just do the actual ranking, which is just the one character, Sai. Sai, I would give him A tier. I think that he was a great addition to the cast of characters. He is definitely one of the highlights, especially of the earlier part of the season. His relationship with Ryusui, I think, is pretty good, and his actual character of like being a coder that is really good at math, very smart, but he does want to be a programmer, I think it was pretty good. I do like his, first of all, I think I just really like the red hair characters, to be honest. Sai, Joel, Yuzuriha, Tsukasa, like all the red hair characters I just think look really cool in terms of design wise. He also got like his petrification signature is like his hand specifically, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to rank him, I would say, above, where should I put him? I'm going to put him probably better than Matsukaze, better than Chloe. Is he better than Kohaku? I'm going to put him below Kohaku, I would say. I think that he is, yeah, great new addition. the final addition to the actual show because the series is now over, and yeah, I think a great final addition to the cast of characters. Now, so once again, I don't really know how I should go about this. I think maybe I might just like look at certain characters and I maybe might just like shift them a bit lower. Like specifically, I think here, I think the S tiers will keep, but I think probably Maz, just the fact that I'm really feeling like after Season 3 and like the start of Season 4, I feel like the last important thing he really did was to help him and Matsukaze like fight off the guards, fight off like the Stanley soldiers and stuff in Season 4 Part 1. After that, and he helps a bit. I think he's like seen in the background. There's like the final fight where he goes up against Brody and like his men and stuff. But after that, like Season 3 Part 3, he doesn't really do much. So I do think he's very good in the earlier seasons, but the fact that like we don't really see him as much anymore in the newer season, I do kind of feel like that does bring down his status a bit from S tier. So I think I might just put him in, although he's really good in Season 3, like this is the difficulty of it. It's like I'm trying to weigh it out between how I currently thought of the character in the newest season, but then also comparing them to how they were previously in like earlier seasons. So it's hard to say because like in earlier seasons I would say that he's an S tier character. It's just that now it's like the overall kind of brings him down a bit. I could also say the same thing about Joel, where in the newest season he's also like not as prominent, like he's barely prominent in the newest season compared to in the last season, where he wasn't even the most prominent character there, but even so, I would say he was S tier. So this is like really difficult to really say if I want to. I'm going to try in general not to shift the new characters, but I will say probably if there was a character that I would want to switch, I would probably maybe put Suika a bit higher, Suika, just like for how important she is now. I think maybe I would put her above. I put her above Ibarra. I don't know. Ibarra was a good villain. He was actually the only villain in the newest season. He was the only character overall in the newest season that didn't actually end up returning. Like every single character, I'm pretty sure, returns in the newest season. Like at some point, you probably see them, except maybe if they're like a side character that isn't really important anymore. But Ibarra is like the only main kind of prominent character that doesn't end up returning. So I thought maybe we'd get like a scene of like a court scene with him, maybe where he gets revived. But so maybe in Science, I'm pretty sure there's a sequel manga like 4D. Dr.Stone 4D, which is meant to be a sequel covering like Senku's quest to discover time travel, so maybe he's mentioned there. So yeah, so I think Suika will just put a bit higher than Stanley. Stanley was also great this season. I do like the whole redemption of him, kind of where he's redeeming himself for all the events of the previous season by him helping out with the mission. I thought that was pretty good. Other than that, I don't really want to shift the characters too much, so I think maybe Chrome. Chrome was also like pretty good this season. I think a bit more so. I think Chrome, just my opinion of him, kind of like shifted a bit more. I think I like him a bit more than I maybe gave him credit for in the original ranking. Chrome, I might just give him. Was he better than Ukyo? I guess a bit more. He's pretty prominent. He's one of the most prominent characters. So I'll put him like. I think that's good. But once again, it's like I do think it's hard because I'm trying to like weigh this. Because it's like recency bias. I think like I've spent more time with him, and when you spend more time with characters, it does cause you to rate them above certain other characters, so it's a very tough balance to balance out, I guess. So I guess you could, I don't know, just check out my thoughts from the previous ranking, and then I get more into like my thoughts on why I initially rated them, where I rated them. Now again, it's like the recency bias. Like Stanley, it's like, I don't know, Suika is a bit better than Stanley in the newer seasons, but overall in the previous seasons, it's like I might have thought that Stanley I thought was probably better than Suika in the previous seasons, but now it's like, so I don't know. It's like currently I might think towards the newest season Suika is better than Stanley, but overall I think Stanley might actually be a bit better than Suika. So it's really difficult with this. I don't know. I don't really want to start changing around the characters. Yeah, I added newest character Sai. I think that's what we're gonna leave it at. I think, I don't know, you could probably switch the characters around. Again, I really don't know how to go about this because this is just, here, leave comments if you got any suggestions. For now, I don't think I'm going to start switching around the character rankings. You can leave it in the comments if it's like maybe you have a question of like where I might rank certain characters, or like my thoughts on like how a certain character shifted in a newer season or something like that. But yeah, overall, I don't really, this is something that I honestly have to think about. I feel like most of this video wasn't even the ranking. It was just me just contemplating like how I should go about weighing characters in terms of recency bias versus like overall their impact in the show overall. So, but anyway, we're just gonna leave this at that. This for now. This ended up. I thought this would only be a few minute video, but this ended up. It's now over 8 minutes. So yeah, but anyway, we're just gonna leave this as it is now. So yeah, this is the final ranking, I guess, for all of the Dr. Stone characters. I don't really have plans to come back to this at any point in the future. Maybe at some point, I don't know, if someone leaves a viewer suggestion that relates to the characters in some way. Like, I don't know, rate the characters in terms of if someone suggests I'm not planning to do a power ranking. If someone wants to see a power ranking, I guess I'll do it. If, I don't know, or intelligence ranking, any type of ranking, I don't know, at some point I might come back to these characters, but for now this is all I have plans for, unless someone again suggests something. So yeah, so that is pretty much all there to it. So if you have any recommendations, any shows, movies, video game stories, anime, manga, web series, anything that you want me to review or rank or compare rankings, it does not have to be media related, it could be anything. Leave it in the comments and I'll maybe possibly check it out. With that said, that is pretty much all there's to it, so let's leave it at that.